was a California August in 82 when my mother gave birth to the Spam Tech crew. 13 years later had me looking at Linux. Programming made me stronger like Papa the Spinach. Now, people know that a DG carry weapons, but if that weapon is a nest you step in, we finish Contra with only one life. Finish Metal Gear 2 using only a knife, right? People might think that we're frontin', then they see all the noobs online that I'm putting. My rhymes flow just like my code, even though my source is owned by Sko. What about my Indian? I keep it low. See me on Gunbound, call me pro. I'm a certified legend, but I'm still your bro. This is a PSA, boy, the more you know. No. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Cracker's jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Cracker's spam. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Cracker's jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Cracker's spam. I said my heart's wide open, goatsy, and my windows min like Ho Chi. I'm just another nerd, but I rap about it. Shit talk on the net, then I laugh about it. I've been caught slipping like the Star Wars kid when I'm on eBay sniping a bid. Catch me on a webcam like Numa Numa. See me at the club and I'm rocking Puma. Another net legend if you see me yodel. Spit a little something that's anecdotal. Tell me about the time the E-Bombs world stole your chop like I stole your girl. Catch me on Gen May, not something awful. Low tax would ban me, raffle. I'm a certified legend, but I'm still your bro. This is a PSA, boy, the more you know. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Cracker's jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Cracker's spam. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Cracker's jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Cracker's spams. Yeah. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Cracker's jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Cracker's spam. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Cracker's jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Cracker's spams. Yeah.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD, and joining me, as always, is the King's Guard himself, Finbar Saunders. What's up, Finbar?
How we doing?
What are you laughing about, Finbar?
King's Guard. You were spying on me, Tony.
I saw you at the coronation.
No, you didn't.
I told my parents they were watching it when I went over their house earlier today. I said, "That's my buddy right there."
None of you fuckers saw me anywhere.
I said, "That's Finbar right there." And they said, "Who?" I said, "That's one of my buddies. He's Scottish, but he's in the Royal UK Army." He's
Royal UK Army.
I don't know what fuckers you call this shit.
British Army.
British Army. Royal UK Army sounds a lot better. It sounds more regal, more distinguished. My dad said he's Scottish. I said, yeah, he's Scottish. He said, well, why doesn't he pull a William Wallace?
In the English Army.
Yeah, he goes, why don't he pull a William Wallace and take the crown in the middle of the coronation? I said, Dad, I don't think that works.
That, yeah. It's funny you say that. That's, that may be what's going to happen if independence happens.
Yeah. So if Scotland gets its independence, are you running for king, or how does that work?
No, I'm not running for king. I can't really explain it because it would dox myself further than I've already been doxed on YouTube. But I'm planning on taking a van full of my stuff and backing it up to Stirling Castle and just beheading everybody and taking over the castle. There'll be no running for anything. They'll be running from me.
I mean, that's how they used to do it in the old days, right?
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I'm just joking. If YouTube are listening,
Don't lie. I know you're already building an arbalist over at the castle.
the moat full of lava.
So, how has your week been, Finbar?
It's been busy. You know, I haven't had a lot of time. I had mere minutes to pop in and say hello to Francois on Wednesday.
Mere minutes, and then you stayed for like an hour.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I only got a
up.
couple of minutes. I gotta leave real quick, and then next thing you know, you were there for the rest of the night.
You heard Genova. You can't pass it. He was in the middle of like errands and stuff. You can't pass a chance up like that.
Yeah.
Speak to your hero. Is he here? Was he there earlier on?
I didn't see him. He's been leaving comments on the some videos lately, and he
had
actually
somebody saying he's in the house.
Yeah, someone said that, but that was Sweet and
I didn't see
Tender.
him.
But
Sweet
speaking,
Tender's always telling fibs.
he is. Speaking of Francois, he actually left a comment. We were asking about something the other day, and he watched the video, and he's like, "Here's what you were looking for. Here's the video of me asking someone at the gas station about the Amico." So we might go ahead and play that clip later on tonight when we talk about the Amico, because we have two things to discuss about the Amico. One, something about Atari buying some M Network games from the Amico. And I was watching, this just happened today. I was watching a YouTuber, pretty big YouTuber. And let me see, he's got 250,000 subscribers. And in this 39-minute video, just right in the middle of the video, he just drops an Amico reference. Like he drops it like if everybody should know, right? Because this isn't even like mainstream. I wouldn't even think that like most people would know. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that are like, huh? But like he just dropped it. And I was like, oh my God, he talked about the Amico. My worlds are colliding. Worlds are colliding.
Well, I don't want to blow our trumpets, but I think we've kick-started interest in this again.
We might have.
What with Amico Forever and snagging Francois.
What would happen? What would happen if suddenly people started making videos about us being shills, not realizing what's going on, and just like, can you believe these guys still believe in the Amico?
Well, we're not shills.
Yeah, but they don't know that. From the outside looking in, they just like start looking up Amico and they're like, oh, who are these two idiots who are talking about the system and it's really good?
I think the first week that we did it, maybe people would think that, but as soon as Ram Ranch kicked in week 3 or whatever it was, I think people would get it. If they didn't get it, they would be on the spectrum somewhere.
Well, anybody interested
which is
in the
understandable.
Amico, yeah. When Saggy coming on the Wednesday show? Who knows? Maybe not for a while. Sweet and Tender put her off on the Amico by harassing her so much about it.
She unblocked him though.
Did she? That's good.
That's what he said, yeah.
Making progress.
You have to confirm that for the suite, whether that happened or not.
Now we have some bad news to go over. It's not Amico. Well, it's sort of. It's tangentially related to the Amico. And it's something that needs to be discussed because I'm not sure you guys know who I am and what's going on here. Now, some people who are new might be a little confused, so I gotta set the record straight. So let me spotlight. All right. Let me make this really clear for people listening who might be new, who might be former Amico shills, former Amico fans coming here. I do not condone harassment. I do not condone personal attacks. I do not condone any sort of really mean, nasty comments about people. Okay, so stop tagging me. If you want to make fun of people, you want to call these people names and shit, you're free to do that. So it's a free country, or maybe not where you live. It depends. I don't know. But, it's a free internet. Go at it. I don't care. But don't fucking tag me in your disgusting tweets where you're attacking people for their looks or for their money or for lack thereof of either. Right? I don't need none of that shit. Okay, I don't need to be associated with that shit. That's a quick way to get blocked by me. Right? That's not fan behavior. That's not someone who's a fan of my show, because we don't do that. If you listen, When we make criticism, we criticize the point, we criticize the idea, we criticize the actions. We never criticize the person. We never talk about people. We never talk about people's family. We never talk about people's looks. We don't care about those shit. Those things are irrelevant to the discussion. And if I see it on my timeline, if I see people tagging me in that shit, I will fucking block you and I will never look back. Okay? Because you will be considered persona non grata. Got it? Okay, I think we're all clear.
Got it. The only time we ever make fun of people's looks is when it's Ninja Kitty because he's £500. That's it. That's the only time it's acceptable.
You know, joking around between us, right? Like the people that are on the panel, among friends, that's one thing. But again, you guys are doing some shit that is really out of line, out of pocket. I don't agree with it, and I don't want to be associated with it, right? So there you go. I hate to have to do that, right? I don't.
You can say what you want to say about me. I know I look like the guy from the Goonies, so it's fine. I've accepted it. Open season on me.
All right. So, what are we going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about, obviously, I said the Amico. We got some things. We're going to talk about Titanfall 3 because the Respawn CEO is bringing that up again. I know that got Carl all excited when he heard that. We're going to talk a little bit about Hogwarts Legacy, how it has dominated the market. And, of course, like I said, Atari buying some Amico stuff. Then we got polls and whatever else tickles our fancy. Sound like a good plan to you?
Yeah, I'll just ride the wave like I usually do. I very low energy tonight, Tony. I'm not going to lie to you. I've had a long week. I'm glad it's over.
I mean, it happened.
I'm glad it's all over. Long weekend.
I bet. Yesterday, I was supposed to stream yesterday, and I was just like, can't do it.
You got to. I mean, I don't know how busy your regular day is, and I know you're off the caffeine now. So, but you're taking a lot on, Tony. I have to say, you got to slow down, pace yourself. Maybe one day a week off isn't great.
No,
take another one.
I don't know what it was, but like Friday, I think it was about like 3:00. It just fucking hit me, and I was just dead. I literally fell asleep on the floor because I was listening to this YouTube video. I think it was it's like some D&D stuff, some nerd shit. I was listening to some nerd shit, and I was like, I was like, my back hurts, right? Sitting in this chair, I was like, let me lay on the floor real quick. And next thing you know, I woke up. It was like fucking 3 hours later. My arm was all hurt. I was like, oh fuck, I don't feel like streaming. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I think you should just kill Friday completely.
No, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. I'm still adjusting. Like I said, you know, the lack of caffeine, the lack of just motivation. The temperature's been going in and out here. It's like 40 degrees in the morning, 80 degrees in the afternoon. It doesn't help. But we'll get it. We'll get it. We'll figure this out. You got overwhelmed by my massive stream. That too. I think maybe it was all the excitement from Francois being on previous day or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I was still riding that Francois wave.
Takes it out of you.
Dude, it did. And I know we were talking about this after the stream ended, right? You know, I don't get excited for a lot of things. I don't get excited for a lot of people, right? We could have literal celebrities on here, right? I've had big YouTubers show up, and it's like, oh, that's nice, right? You know, that's nice. Keemstar's in the channel, that's nice. We had Vito on panel, that's nice, right? He's a friend. But when Francois showed up, I was really like, oh my God, this is I can't believe fucking Francois. I was fanboying out just a little bit.
Because it wasn't, to put it in perspective, it's not like a celebrity. It's like a mythical creature has arrived. Like, you don't even, like, I wasn't even sure the guy existed, to be quite honest, until he turned up on this show. And now I'm talking to him. Like, you've seen it, Tony. I'm talking to him now. Like, I've got like a direct line of communication with him. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Incredible. I still don't know if he exists. Could be AI I'm talking to. I hope not.
I hope not too.
I've not been catfished.
Sweet and Tender Hooligan says, go to the Pat Contry Simp Amico Discord. They belittle the cult in the worst way all the time. That's one of the reasons why I had to leave that. Those guys are just getting way too personal, way too... I mean, Tommy's been gone for like, what, almost a year now? Right? No Tommy. And I know we throw little jabs at Tommy every once in a while, right? But these guys are like fucking... like crazy, like they're like, oh, he's personally responsible for fucking my cat dying. And I'm like, dude, chill the fuck out. Like, Tommy hasn't made any decisions. Like, none of this has anything to do with Tommy anymore, right? I don't know. All right, let's see what we got going on. Oh, by the way, I'd like to announce that we have 38 members now. A lot of it is due to CJH.
Yeah.
The other day was just dropping gifted memberships. So thank you,
CGH was dropping so many memberships that there wasn't enough people to take them. It was crazy.
Yeah. So thank you. We have a members community post asking what you guys want me to get for emojis. I'm going to leave that up for another week. So if you haven't, if you're a new member, or if you just haven't got around to putting in a suggestion, it's still there. I suggest you do that. That way, it'll be something fun for everybody, right? All right. What do we got going here? Let's go to a light story here.
Quickly add to that. We need to upgrade those those member badges as well.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
We'll
I was thinking for the member badges, we start with like a little green egg, right? And then it grows from a green egg into a frog.
Yeah, when you get blinded on that.
So you get like an egg, then like a little tadpole, and a little frog, and then it keeps getting bigger. I think that would be nice. We can make that happen.
That'd make more sense than the thing I was thinking about.
What were you thinking about?
Well, like military ranks.
This isn't an army, Denmark.
Unfortunately not. We can get there though.
Does it go from green egg to ham? No. I will not eat green eggs and ham.
I understood that reference.
Potion, are we concentration camp tattoo buddies yet? So I heard the SS are also banning you. Oof. What evil? Who are the SS? I think he means the real community. Also, the retro complex community, I guess. Everybody's banning us now, man.
Who's banning us now? I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either. This comes from Dextero. Respawn CEO would love to see Titanfall 3, but it won't be anytime soon. Though Titanfall 3 is not currently in development, Respawn CEO Vince Zappella says he'd love to see the franchise return in the future. Wasn't Carl saying that like Apex Legends is what killed Titanfall?
Carl says a lot of things. I can't remember if that's what he said.
Yeah, because
Probably,
Apex
it sounds
Legends.
Like it sounds like something Carl would say.
Apex Legends is in the Titanfall universe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's where I was stealing the rank badges from. The Apex Legends universe. Probably best not to do that.
Because he was like Apex Legends, because it's so popular that they're not going to go back to Titanfall. That you're just going to keep pumping out Apex shit.
Right.
Was
the original Titanfall not a success or what? I don't play it.
I think it was a success enough to get a 2, and then 2 was middling, and then you got Apex Legends came out, and then that blew up.
What do you mean a 2? Out of
Titanfall 2.
Oh, Titanfall 2. This is the one where you jump into big mechs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I never played it.
All right. It says, though Titanfall shares a universe with the ever-popular Apex Legends, fans of Respawn's original shooter have long questioned its future. In late 2021, the studio finally provided an answer, with one developer telling Titanfall faithful not to get their hopes up because there wasn't anything in the works. It seems that not much has changed in nearly 2 years since then. However, the crew at Respawn still has a soft spot for the mech-centric shooter that started it all. In an interview with financial news publication Barones, paywalled via Take Him, Respawn CEO Vince Zampella briefly addressed what the future may hold for Titanfall. When asked about the possibility of a third Titanfall entry, Zampella said the studio is, quote, not working on anything currently, but he would love to see it happen. The CEO added that there are no, quote, dedicated plans for a new entry, though. He went on to say that because Titanfall remains so beloved, it could only return at the, quote, right time with the, quote, right idea. Anything less wouldn't make much sense. It would appear that even though Titanfall 3 isn't in development, Respawn Entertainment has yet to give up on it potentially seeing the light of day. Such a day is unlikely to come anytime in the near future, though. For now, Respawn remains laser focused on producing content for its Battle Royale, evidenced by the recent opening of a new Apex Legends development studio. Apex Legends is super woke, by the way. It's got like they, them robots in it and shit.
They, them robots?
Yeah, they said the robot has like they, them pronouns or something.
Well, if it's a robot, that makes sense, doesn't it? No,
Wouldn't
they, them doesn't. No, what we're talking about. They, them should never be used for a single person.
It should just be it, right? Or just its name.
Yeah.
Of course, the team has its handful with contributing to the Star Wars universe as well. Star Wars Jedi Survivor hit store shelves on Friday, April 28th, filled with bugs, complete a mess.
Yeah. This is getting silly now, isn't it? The idea that you pay, what do you pay in the US? $70 for a game, or something like that. That you're just paying $70 to become a beta tester at this point, aren't you?
Pretty much, it's ridiculous. You pay full price, you beta test it, you line their pockets, and not only that, but the more people who buy it at 70, the quicker it fucking reduces the price for everybody else, right?
Yeah,
you get to pay 70, so that way I can pay. So I can pay 30 when it goes on sale with the full DLC, right?
That's why I never pay full price.
Yeah. I try not to pay full price. Like I said, I have so many games in my fucking backlog that buying new games is like, only if it's really, really special. Like I'll probably buy the Spider-Man 2 when it first comes out. I bought the the WWE game when it came out in Hogwarts Legacy. I think that's it. I think those are the only games that I bought at launch in the last year or so. Tony is not Latinx. I'm not a Latinx. I'm not even a Latino. My preferred ethnicity or ethnic racial descriptor would be Chicano. I am a Chicano. Okay.
White supremacist.
Oh yeah. Game of the Year editions.
What is Latinx? What does that mean? Sorry, before we move on, I'm confused.
Okay. So in Spanish is a Latin language which is gendered. It's a gendered language.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. So Latino would be men, and it would be a male.
Right.
And a Latina would be a female. And then in Spanish, when it's a mixed group, so we would say Latinos, right, for a mixed group of men and women. All men, Latinos, all women, Latinas, mixed group, Latinos.
Right.
So some people didn't like that, right? Why should women and men, when they're in a mixed group, be referred to as a male pronoun? And so they decided to get rid of all the pronouns. And instead of the O, they put the X. Now they're Latinx.
Good idea.
Yeah. Apparently, they want to get rid of all gendered languages because they feel it's very mean.
Well, apparently they want to get rid of all genders, don't they?
Yeah. So I don't believe in that shit. Speaking of, since we're going here, right? Since we have entered this realm, the door was opened. I'm gonna walk through it. I was thinking today.
We're getting cancelled.
No, we're not gonna get canceled. But here's what I was thinking, right? Years ago, right? People had got arrested. Remember when people were getting arrested for drugs, right?
They don't anymore.
No, they changed the laws. Remember, they're like, oh, like if you get caught with a dime bag, it's like a slap on the wrist. It's no big deal, right? And then they were going back and lightening up the sentences of people who had minor drug-related offenses, right?
Right.
because they were saying like, oh, we changed the law, so we should go back, right? It's not fair that that guy's in jail for so long, for years and years for these little minor offenses, right? So they went back and started adjusting sentences and stuff, right? So it got me thinking. Years and years ago, men who were in the female bathroom who got arrested and fined and went to jail, shouldn't they get some kind of compensation now since we're no longer...
Well, only if they declare that they are the opposite gender.
No, you can't ask, right? That's
Can't ask.
You can't ask. Like if I go into a bathroom and there's a chick in the male bathroom, I can't ask her if she's a dude. That's rude.
I never thought I would say this, but can we have Trump back, please? No politics, please.
I don't think you're going to be in jail for decades because you went to... You could, Tommy, because here's the thing, right? Let's say the men's bathroom was filled up, right? And I ran into the women's bathroom. And then there was like women and like young girls in there, right? And they could just like say, hey, he's a pervert, and then like throw me in jail for like all kind of shit. Like they just rack up all kind of fucking offenses on you. I remember like I want to say 15 years ago, we had that issue at my work, right? We have female bathrooms, right? There's like 3 fucking female employees. There's like 100 men, right? Like 3 female, and they have their own bathroom. And it was one of those situations where the men's bathroom was filled, right? And I was like, fuck it. And I ran into the women's bathroom. And like, dude had a shit fit. He's like, what are you doing? You can't go in there. I'm like, dude, I had to fucking piss. But that's the women's bathroom. I'm like, yeah, but I had to piss. Like, just like 3 women. And like, most of them are on the other side of the fucking building, right? The chances that one of them would have moseyed down over here and caught me in there, it's probably slim enough, right?
Yeah.
But could you imagine? I could have got fired, right? Theoretically, I could get fired for that.
Nah, they wouldn't have fired you. You're too important.
Well, that's true, but I'm saying that's
Too
why I
much
said
of a critical
theoretically.
cog in the machine.
No matter where I go, I am the critical cog. We know what happens in unisex bathrooms. Hell yeah. Them college bathrooms are all crazy. Min says, if I go into a bathroom, I'm going to ask for proof of gender. If cops can ask for proof of registration, I can ask for proof of someone's gender. I mean, you can ask. It's kind of rude. And you can definitely ask.
Vince McMahon is not asking anybody's permission for anything.
No, it's not a sex offense. It's not. Tommy. I understand this. What you're failing to realize is people's reactions, right? People aren't going to go, well, Jimmy was in the wrong bathroom. People go like, oh my God, this pervert was in the wrong bathroom. And they're going to make up this like whole thing, right? When you could be like, no, there's no cameras. So it's not like you could prove that the lady's lying about you, right? And who are they going to believe? They're going to believe the pervert that was in the wrong bathroom, or they're going to believe the hysterical lady? Think, Tommy, think.
Pervert.
The real world doesn't care about like facts sometimes, right? The real world sometimes just cares about who's more hysterical, and that person wins. How many guys have had their lives fucked up because some woman says he's beating me or he's not beating me, or right? And they just make shit up. I mean, look at Jonathan Majors.
Johnny
Depp.
Yeah,
or Johnny Depp. Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors, an innocent man.
Could be. We don't know. That's the thing, though, right?
It's true. We don't. Yeah, he's been charged with nothing yet, has he?
No, he's been charged. He's been
charged. Okay. Bad man.
He just hasn't
been found guilty of it yet.
Right. Lowell, they're a lot cleaner, so Tommy knows the rules. Actually, they're not. I used to be a janitor at one point in my life. Women's bathrooms are actually a lot dirtier. This whole myth of women being clean, that's all it is a myth. Tampons everywhere, fucking dirty shit, pants.
Yeah, there's more stuff. There's more fluids coming out of women than there is out of guys.
Yeah, they miss a lot of times because they're trying to hover. They don't want to sit their ass down on the seat, so they're trying to hover, and then they just shit all over the fucking floor. And ain't no woman taking responsibility. Ain't no woman going, yes, I'm the floor shitter, right? So, and I clean it.
Yeah, there you go. Miss Susie's confirmed it. She would know.
Yeah, people make up shit regardless of gender. People are gross. Not true. Women's bathrooms are horrible. Thank you, Miss Susie. Yeah, women pee all over the floor. I'm sure. You think they don't, but they do, Tommy. Women's bathrooms are sometimes grosser and more nasty. Now, I've never seen piss all over the floor of a men's bathroom. The only time I've seen piss on the floor of a men's bathroom is when there's a trough and the trough overflows. Also, explaining that to a woman, like when you're like, yeah, sometimes there's a trough, and they're like, what? A what now? It's just a fucking big fucking bin. All the guys piss all at once.
I've seen a pretty gross men's bathroom in an establishment I used to run. But it's okay because I had a woman clean it the following day, so it was fine.
Miss Susie says, I worked at a Walmart. No question the women's room was worse. There it is. Tommy says there's literally piss on the floor. You live in California, though, so this is not fair. Right? You guys you fucking shit on the street. So it's really not fair. In a civilized city, men don't piss on the floor like that. Though I will say, every once in a while, some guy drops a deuce in the fucking urinal. That shit's horrible.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Like,
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they get into that position and hold it long enough.
Because it goes in, right? It's not like hanging out. It's like completely fucking in.
I think they must have a buddy holding their hands while they're doing it.
I would just assume that they shit and then put it in the urinal, right?
We'll scoop it up. Just scoop it up and drop it on.
Catch it in a bag.
That would be more effort. Like, that would be... Wouldn't it? Don't you just play it where it lays? You have to scoop it up and move it.
If you're shitting in the urinal, I mean... Yeah. Call the Hardy Boys. They'll figure it out. Yeah.
What, Matt and Jeff?
No, not those Hardys.
I've been overloading on wrestling recently.
Potion says, I own the streets. I shit where I want. Well, there you go. A certain dominance. When you flush the toilet or use the air hand dryer, you create a whirlwind of shit particles. Exactly. That's why I never.
Yeah.
I always use the paper towels. I always use paper towels. I don't know how we got on this subject, but that's what we do here. All right. Hogwarts Legacy has topped 15 million sales and grossed over 1 billion. Warner provides updated sales figure as the game is released on new platforms. So I think it just recently came out on the PS4 and Xbox 360?
Did it? 360?
One. What was the last one before
the Xbox One? I don't think anything's coming out in the 360 anymore.
Yeah, the one. That'd be fucked up if it came out in 360.
Yeah, not the Xbox One. Can you imagine?
The game's latest sales figures were announced on Friday in the company's first quarter earnings results, which cover the 3 months ended on March 31st. The open world action RPG sold over 12 million copies and raked in 850 million in sales in the first 2 weeks following its PS5, Xbox Series X/S, and PC release on February 10th, making it Warner's biggest game launch ever. It is a good game. I know there's a lot of people that shit on it, and I think it's people that just hate J.K. Rowling. And they're just trying to be like, it's not as good as you think it is. You're just lying. No, it is a real... If you like Harry Potter, it's got so many little touches, little Easter eggs and things. You'll definitely like Hogwarts Legacy. Not a sponsor. Have you played it yet, Finbar?
No. I don't think I'm going to give it a go. I think I've got too much other stuff to get on with. But I would have just hate played it even if I didn't like it. I don't like being told what to do, right? I don't think anybody does. So if you're going to tell me what to do, I'm going to do the opposite.
I don't know.
Play Hogwarts Legacy. But I supported you playing it, so that's enough for me.
Yeah. So some communists like being told what to do, I think.
Yeah.
They're okay with following.
It's comfortable for them, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, you got to pull the party line, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is our fifth. What's it? Hogwarts Legacy has amassed more than 1 billion in retail sales and over 15 million units sold worldwide to date. And today, the team is launching the game on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One platforms. Warner Brothers CEO David Zaslav said during the company's earnings call, "This is our fifth $1 billion plus gaming franchise alongside Mortal Kombat. Game of Thrones has a game.
It had a Telltale game. I don't think it had anything else that I can remember. There was like one of them Telltale. Barely even a fucking game. One of them ones.
Choose your own adventure books.
Yeah, the fucking result ends up the same no matter what you do. I hate those fucking games. I only played it because it was on PS Plus for free.
I can't see it making $1 billion though. There's got to be something.
There's no way it made $1 billion.
There's got to be another game. Let me see. It's got to be like some really popular game. We're like, oh yeah, that's a Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones adjacent.
What is?
I'm just saying that's what we're gonna end up looking it up. I'm gonna look it up and we're gonna be like, oh shit, there actually is a Game of Thrones game. Game of Thrones, a Telltale game, and then there's Game of Thrones. Let me see, what is this? No, there's one that's just Game of Thrones. That was a PS3 game that I'm looking at here. So I guess they did have other games. Yeah, 2012 video game. It looks like it's a typical hack and slash type thing. Actually, they got Game of Thrones Genesis, Game of Thrones 2012, Game of Thrones Ascent, Game of Thrones 2014 is a Telltale one. Reigns.
It's got to be mobile, some of these.
This one's a mobile. Reigns, Game of Thrones Winter is Coming, Game of Thrones Seven Kingdoms was canceled. So yeah, they had a bunch of games. One's a strategy game.
Right.
It's
the kind of franchise that would have lended itself well to an MMO or just a turn-based RPG or something. But the Telltale one was horseshit. I played all the way through it as well.
So I guess all those games together plus the mobile shit, they made our Lego games and DC, and there's lots more gaming coming, including Hogwarts Legacy on Switch later this year. That's gonna play like shit. Following several delays, Hogwarts Legacy will be released on Nintendo Switch on July 25th. Update. During today's earnings call, JB Pareto, CEO of Global Streaming and Games, called Hogwarts Legacy's PS4 and Xbox One release, quote, important, but said the company has significantly higher hopes for the upcoming Switch version. We see that as probably a much bigger install base and a fan base that, as relates to the franchise of Harry Potter, which obviously appeals to very big audience globally, and in markets like Japan, where Nintendo has a big footprint, and Harry Potter skews very strongly in terms of popularity, we see as a much bigger upside probably from that release, certainly than the Gen 8 releases. That makes sense because a lot of the people that are on Xbox One and PS4 are probably older and not really Harry Potter fans.
Yeah.
Right? Because the ones who are probably already moved over to PS5. But yeah, Nintendo skews younger. But I'm sure that's going to be a mess.
It may do well. Yeah, it may do well on the Switch. It's there's a lot of younger people on the Switch. So,
yeah.
And plus they're not affected by the idiocy that's going around it as well.
What idiocy?
If you play this game, you're a TERF idiocy, etc.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be affected by it. They don't know what's going on. Or at least I hope they don't know what's going on.
There was some article I wanted to get about that I can't seem to find.
What is the game Wisp is talking about? Shadowbane? Is that a Game of Thrones game?
No, I think it's just based on. He says Shadowbane is based on the book Game of Thrones to a large degree. I think it might be something that's like this is supposed to have been. He says yes. It wasn't listed on the Wikipedia, so.
He's also saying it's really fucking lonely when we don't have live streams going.
Oh.
No one is into what I'm into. Wisp, how do you think I feel, mate? I mean, I'm in the same boat.
Luke says the real question is how well will the Switch run Hogwarts Legacy? That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to run that well.
Nah, it'll be one of them. How good did the Witcher 3 run on it? Was that quite stripped down? Was it? Does anybody know? So. I don't see any point if you own a Switch and you own another console. I don't see any point in buying a third party game for it. Because you're only going to pay more and you're going to get a worse game, aren't you?
Pretty much.
Stick to your Mario, Zelda, and Donkey Kong, etc. for the Switch.
You forgot about Metroid.
And Metroid.
All right, so this next article is about Xbox. This is what I was looking for. Phil Spencer, and of course the recent fiasco with Redfall. It's actually funny because they canceled the PlayStation version, right?
Right.
So Phil Spencer is catching all kind of heat for Redfall.
I thought they were. Who developed that? I thought Microsoft were developing that.
No, Bethesda.
All right, but Bethesda's owned by Microsoft.
Yeah, but they were already working on it before they had got acquired. That's why when they got acquired, they pulled the plug. Right. Yeah. And that's why people were pissed. Like, oh, why are they pulling the plug on this on the PlayStation? It's not fair. It's not fair.
Oh, we know why.
But karma comes back, right?
We know why. Yeah.
Yeah, you pulled the plug on the PlayStation version, and you got a shitty Xbox exclusive.
It was shit though, wasn't it? It was crap.
Yeah.
I know it's on Game Pass, right? For free.
Yeah, it's got like a 30.
Yeah, I'm not touching it because it looks like it's shit.
Keep in mind, it has been said that the Switch has some very bad games on it, games that your kids don't need to play. Yeah, I agree with Mince. I think Hogwarts is going to run awful on the Switch. Yeah, but people don't care, right? I mean, look at Pokemon. That shit ran awful.
Yeah, it'll run awful, but kids are stupid, remember?
Yeah.
And, parents are more stupid than kids, so they won't even realise. They'll just think they're getting a kid a game that they want to play.
Yeah. All right, Xbox's Phil Spencer addresses Redfall's poor launch. I'm upset with myself. When I heard that Kind of Funny Xcast was about to feature Xbox's Phil Spencer the week of Redfall's disastrous launch, I knew this was going to be a show not to miss, and it delivered, with Spencer being almost shockingly frank about how badly Redfall launched and his reaction to it. You can see the clip below, but here's what Phil said in text form underneath. There's nothing that's more difficult for me than disappointing the Xbox community, and just to watch the community lose confidence, be disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm upset with myself, Spencer said. We'll revisit our process back to the announcement of 60 FPS, and then we weren't shipping 60 FPS. That was our punch in the chin, rightfully, a couple of weeks ago. The critical response was not what we wanted. I will pick myself up. We can learn. How can we be better? I know there's like a petition, there's like a big movement now to have Phil Spencer removed as CEO of Xbox or Microsoft, whatever the fuck it is. Xbox division.
Has he done that bad? I don't think he's done that bad, has he? Really?
I don't think so, but they're blaming him for Redfall.
Right. Not the people that developed it, just him.
Yeah, just him. Spencer had a come to Jesus week. Yeah. It's one of those things, right? He's the boss. The buck stops there. I think people are saying
that's
like
not true though, is it?
Yeah, but I think people are like he should have known, or he should have saw that it was so bad and then delayed it or whatever. One thing I'll fight is what went wrong. Spencer continued. There's clearly quality and execution things we can do, but one thing I won't do is push against creative aspirations of our teams. I'm a huge supporter of Arcane Austin. Their track record is awesome. I love a lot of their games that they built. They didn't hit their own internal goals when it launched. I think it's maybe a little simplistic to say, if you would have just delayed it 3 months, the core creative of the game would have delivered on something that was different than what it was. And then what's coming next? And long-term plans for Redfall, which they aren't abandoning despite this reception. The team at Arcane is taking the near-term feedback. We're still working on the 60 FPS. We have a good timeline for that. We're committed to getting that done. I think we're going to continue to work the game. We've shown commitment to games like Sea of Thieves and Grounded to continue to build games. But I also know that these games are $70, and I'm going to take full responsibility for launching a game that needs to be great.
What's his main issues here? Is it the frame rate, or is it just shit?
It's just shit. It's buggy. Things are.
But he's right in what he's saying, right? So I think what he's trying to get at is if he went and did as Kathleen Kennedy and hit the reset button on the thing, like came in and looked at it and went, "Oh, this is no good," then he would get as much shit for interfering as what he would do if he didn't do anything and the game turned out to be crap anyway. So he can't win either way. There's nothing you can do about it. If he stands back and he says, let the studio do what they need to do, and then whatever releases is crap, how do you blame him because he stood back and let the pros do what the pros do? I mean, he's not a developer.
Yeah. Haunted Wisp gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Haunted Wisp. And Evil Streams got one of those memberships already. So congratulations, Evil, and thank you, Haunted Wisp, for the support. We really appreciate it. It really helps us all feel good about actually doing this.
I wish I could take all these ones that are going begging and stack them. Do you know what I mean?
That'd be nice. But I think there is some blame to be had with Phil Spencer, right? If he knew, I don't know how much he knew, but if he should have been like, "Hey guys, did you hit all your milestones? No. What do you need in order to hit those, right? You know, we need the game to at least run. Even if it's 30 FPS, it needs to run." I've seen gameplay where enemies just standing still, enemies following through stuff, things blowing up for no reason. Just weird AI issues, janky animations.
No, but you've got to assume that Bethesda, as a studio that Microsoft acquired, have got somebody at the head of that studio.
Well, this is Arcane.
Whoever it is, there's somebody at the head of that division, right? It's not just him at the head of everything. It's not Phil Spencer himself at the head of everything. There's somebody at the head of that division. He should be able to stand back and let that guy do what he does. He shouldn't have to get involved. And then the buck should stop with the guy who was head of that division if it doesn't turn out the way it's supposed to turn out, or the way everybody expected it.
You would think. Super J says Microsoft admits it lost the console war, can only rely on exclusives, and gets fucked by 2 continents on purchasing exclusivity.
Yeah, he said that as well, didn't he? That was a bit weird.
And the big exclusive it released the same week was a bug mess. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Would you like to see Xbox just fucking leave the market?
I wouldn't. I just bought one. If he'd said that, like, in all seriousness, I read him saying that, and if he'd said that before I bought that fucking thing, I wouldn't have bought it. Because I think that was quite a defeatist attitude. Sounds more like they're only interested in getting games out. Yeah, money, but getting games out on other systems. That's why I don't think anybody's got anything to worry about Call of Duty. I think Call of Duty is always going to be on PlayStation because PlayStation's always going to dominate.
What if they buy Activision Blizzard and then just exit the console market?
There's a good chance they could do that. If consoles are not making them money, why wouldn't they? If they own every big studio, why would they stay in the console market? Because they can just make money as a third party developer.
I mean,
Sega
open up the door.
Sega did it for a different reason, but I know because they failed badly. But it would be.
Yeah, but they're failing pretty badly too. I mean, they still haven't cracked the Japanese market really.
Yeah, but not to the degree that Sega did. Sega fell in its arse twice with the Saturn and then the Dreamcast, and they were both big fuck ups. The Xbox has always been. There was at one point one of them. I don't know which one it was that outsold the PlayStation. Was it when the PlayStation 3 came out? The Xbox One outsold it, or was it before that?
The 360 was
360 outsold the
PS3.
PS3, right? Sorry, yeah. So they haven't failed every time they've tried. Not like Sega did.
Okay, so one thing everyone appreciates about Phil Spencer is his straight talk and relatable, non-corporate demeanor. And I think that's on display here. But it's kind of stunning to hear him be this frank about the failures of the game, especially when 6 months ago he was saying they were going to be delayed until they could launch in a great state. I do find it interesting that Spencer inadvertently touches on something that I've said through all this, that I don't think a delay would have fixed all that much. As he says, the core creative wouldn't have changed. And the core creative, the main concept of the game, that's a very bland open world co-op shooter that barely supports co-op, was not going to change with another delay. There's a lot of bugs, though. I mean, you could have at least got those out, right? And the game's biggest problems are baked in. I'm not sure that's exactly what he was trying to say, but that's how it came across to me. As for Spencer himself, some people have wondered if he should remain head of Xbox after a very, very long period of time where the brand has simply failed to deliver on exclusives and now continues to do so with one of the biggest misses in recent industry history. But the other side of the coin is that Xbox revenue through Game Pass and other areas is still quite high. And I don't think you can blame Spencer himself for any Xbox One launch-level disasters like Don Matrix Integrated Connect. But yes, he can certainly earn the hot seat here. And even if he's being plain-spoken and honest here, these games just have to start delivering. That was Paul Tassi. I mean, he's got to bear some responsibility, right? We can't just let this guy off the hook just because you like him.
I don't say I liked him.
It's because you're an Xbot. Damn Xbox.
I just said it can't. You can't blame him for it. It's not. I know he's the head of Xbox, but come on, man. There are other people in the chain that fucked up somewhere, not just Phil Spencer at the top.
I think Phil Spencer, when he decided to buy that company, he wasn't like when they canceled the PlayStation version. That was karma. Karma came to collect, bit him in the ass.
Yeah. Wait, do you think that was a retaliation for the whole Activision thing?
Oh yeah, it was 100%. What's gonna happen to my Xbox controller collection? It'll be.
Well, if you've got a
priceless.
spare series, I'll take that off you, Fortune. I need a spare one.
Is the Retro Bro making it to 4K not Amico news? It's not. It's not Amico news. I don't think it's any kind of news.
He's at 4K, is he?
Yeah.
Congrats, John.
He limped over the line. I mean, he ran across it. He was fucking fantastic.
Doesn't matter how you get there. Congrats, John.
All right, so this is a little sidetrack here, but I want to talk about Culturescape. Our buddy Peter Pischke. He recently interviewed Chris Gore. If you don't know who Chris Gore is, he's a film guy, critic. He's got a new documentary coming out, Attack of the Doc. It's about the downfall of G4. So if you're interested in what happened with G4, I would recommend checking out Chris Gore's doc. And if you're interested on the making of that and the goings-on with that, I recommend checking out this interview here with Peter Pischke. It's already got 11,000 views. Peter's killing it.
Damn. Yeah.
And I mean, he's interviewed lots of people. He had that interview with Frosk. He interviewed Ethan Van Sciver. Some other people I don't recognize here, but I mean,
11,000 views, man. That's impressive. That's almost a third of what my Fox feeding video got.
Yeah. And that was just 2 days ago. I mean, it's gonna keep building. Pete's a good guy. He's a good journalist.
Yeah, he's good.
So yeah, I recommend checking that out. Now for some sad news. Sad news. I don't know if this is sad news or good news, but this really made me think. Wolong Fallen Dynasty. This is their official Twitter account, and it says Wolong has sold over 1 million units and has reached 3.8 million players. Think about that for a second.
What?
1 million units have been sold, but they have 3.8 million players playing the game.
How?
Because 2.8 million are playing through Xbox Game Pass.
Surely they get a cut of that, though.
They get a little bit.
Some kind of, yeah.
Joshua Perez says Chris Gore was hilarious yesterday on Friday Night Tights. We don't watch that show. Disavow Friday Night Tights. We don't like those guys. Yeah, but so 2.8 million were Xbox Game Pass. And I'm sure they get a cut. They get a small. I think they get paid like an upfront fee.
Yeah.
And
I haven't heard of this.
maybe a little cut. But I mean, I'm sure the 2.8 million, if they had bought it, they would have gotten a lot more money.
What kind of game is it?
It's like a Dark Souls. Is the best.
Is
way
it?
I can say.
Oh, I might become one of the 2.8 million that don't pay them any money then.
Yeah, it's like a
That's cool.
an Asian flared Dark Souls is the best way I could say it.
Kind of like a Sekiro.
Sort of.
Or a what's that other one called? Neo? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. But that's more Japanese. I think this one's more
You
Chinese.
said Asian, Tony, for Christ's sake. If you say when Asian flair, if I name a Japanese themed game, that's Asian, right?
Yeah. I was just
Okay.
there's a slight difference. Because I think
What difference
Neo
between
is
Asian and Japanese?
Yeah.
Of course there is. In your head.
Well, I mean, technically Russians are Asian and there's some people from Thailand are Asian. India, they're Asian. Pakistan is in Asia.
Yeah. Let's just dig a hole deeper into cancellation, why don't we?
But they most likely wouldn't have bought it and only played it because it was on Xbox, like me. Well, this is possible. That's the thing, right? There's no way to really know. Would they have bought it? I mean, they sold 1 million just on the word of mouth, but then would they have sold 1 million because maybe they saw people playing it on the Game Pass, right?
It's more realistic to think that the people who played it on Game Pass and then allowed Game Pass to expire because they weren't feeling paying the however much it is you pay every month in the US, and then they thought, oh, I like that game though, and then they've bought it for, just on its own. That's possible as well. So they may have made more sales through it being on Game Pass than not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But there's no real way to know, right? We're never.
There's not. No, can't tell
Unless we could like look into an alternate reality somewhere.
Yeah, where it never happened on Game Pass.
Yeah. So there it is. There it goes. There's that. All right. Let's talk Amico news. So I'm watching this video here. This is Forgotten and Weird Xbox 360 Games. It's by a little channel called Austin Eruption. He's got 253,000 subscribers. I am one of them. I subscribed. This video has 26,000 views as of 5 hours ago. It's a pretty popular YouTube channel, right? He puts out videos, people watch them. It's not like us where we put out videos and nobody watches it. I mean,
yeah, he's a pro, unlike us.
He's a pro. But let's see what he had to say, right? Because he said something, and it was like, man, I wasn't even paying. Like I was half watching this, playing some WWE 2K23, and then I heard Amico, and I was like, what? Why the hell did he say Amico? So
developer
let me make sure that it's at 1 speed. Right, yeah.
Ocean would go on to make the PlayStation 4 Medieval remake. What? Oh, also 2 Intellivision Amico games. Those are definitely coming out. Tinnerman's Revenge.
Is that all he said? Just that?
That's all he said. But still,
He got a name drop though.
you got a name drop. And it's sarcastic. They're definitely coming out. He also showed the article from who is it? You know, the Kotaku article. God damn it.
I love how he also
Intellivision
showed
Amico games. Those are definitely
a
coming
clip of the
out.
fake unboxing.
Yeah. Intellivision asks fans for more money, reveals massive Amico debts. The Sam Mekovich, the fake journalist Sam Mekovich.
Yeah.
From Ars Technica. Not Kotaku. Ars Technica.
He's not Ratface, right? That was from
That was from
Digital
Digital
Foundry.
Foundry. Yeah.
Right.
But it was just funny. Like I said, it was just really, like, it came out of nowhere. I didn't think like this guy would have even known what the fucking Amico was. And then he's just like, he drops fucking Amico knowledge. Amico and Tommy Tallarico are just popping up in weird places now. Like I've noticed people talking about it. People just name dropping Tommy whenever there's like a song or some kind of like musical thing for gaming. They're like, I'm surprised Tommy hasn't taken credit for this. I'm like, damn. Like, has his reputation gotten that fucking bad?
He's the butt of a joke now.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
But this does speak to the bigger issue, right? We were talking the other day about whether or not they can bounce back, whether or not, this has really ruined their reputation. Francois was saying, not a lot of people know about Amico, but I think a lot of people know about Amico. I think a lot more people than we realize, right?
Yeah, but I think a lot of people the people that know about it from the outside of this, who haven't obsessed over it like we have for 4 years, they just look at it like the joke that it is, really, and move on with their day. Whereas we spend 7 hours looking over legal documents about it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They at least know it's a joke. They at least know of it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, thanks to H-Bomber Guy, they also know a lot about Tommy Tallarico as well.
Oh, yeah. So I think that's it. I think there's no coming back.
No. I think Tommy will be lucky if there's nothing else dragging him down in the future. I think if he can disappear to Chile and stay there, then it's probably what he wants to be doing.
That's what I said. Everyone, no one believed me. They're like, nah, Tommy's not going to stay. Tommy wouldn't stay in Chile.
When is that happening? When is VGL?
He already went. It already happened.
Is he still there?
Maybe. Who knows?
Or has he already stashed 100k in his shoe to get back over to the US?
I mean, if he doesn't declare it, then he'll be able to pay his furniture bill, right?
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm sure that's his main priority. He's paying that furniture bill.
Of course it is. Come on. You think Tommy's trying to get away with something?
There has to be an end to that. There has to be some kind of resolution, right? That can't just hang forever. That thing with the furniture, right?
No, it has to.
A judge has to make a judgment on it somewhere, right?
Yeah. That's how they got to the point where it's at now, because they made a judgment. They said, well, by default, you're guilty.
Yeah, because Intellivision never replied. Is Phil in Sweden, is he?
Yeah.
If we had confirmation of that. He is in Sweden, yeah? He's already done it.
He had it on his damn LinkedIn profile, and then he changed it after everyone called him out on it.
Right.
All right. So let's go ahead and watch the infamous Francois Tremblay. This was a year ago. When was this? February 23rd, 2022. When everything seemed so hopeful. I talk about the team at Intellivision, such as Guido Henkel, who made the best RPG of all time, Planetscape Torment. All Amico haters, you don't know what you talk about. And if you keep denying how amazing their team, I don't know what to say. Facts are facts. They even plan to make a movie about the release of Tetris outside of Russia. Take that, all you Amico haters.
He's right with that.
Yes, financial can be not easy for any company at times. And we all hope Amico can release. All right, let's see what Francois has to say. I got to put this at 1.5 speed at least.
Hey, hello. Yo. So I'm walking like a gangster in Brasilia. Outside, like a gangster.
Like a gangster. Is
Well,
that
he was already in Brazil at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yo. When I see people say, yo, amigo. They don't know yet what I'm talking about, but they will soon know. So I'm walking here. It's very nice. It's a beautiful night. And I just thought, I have to make a video about Intellivision Amico. So, lately, yeah.
If anybody from Brazil is watching this and you happen to see this man walking around and God forbid something happens, can you at least upload the video so we get that last video from Francois?
Did I tell you, Tony? I'm writing a song for him.
You did tell me that.
Yeah, it's coming along brilliantly.
We know that. Phil Adams is now the new president, new CEO of Intellivision. This is amazing news. You know, Phil Adams worked a long time for Interplay, and believe me, Interplay, it's a great company. They release the best games ever, of the best games such as Baldur's Gate, Fallout 2, and other games, Fallout. You know, also, I mean, the Baldur's Gate series is just amazing. It's my favorite game, right?
How come these guys can't hold the damn camera steady whenever they're walking?
Well, it may be quite a treacherous street that he's on in Brasilia there. You don't know.
It's not even. Like. He doesn't got like a nice flat.
Lots of obstacles. Who knows?
He worked, of course, he brought Tetris to Europe and United States. This is incredible. This is really incredible because I have to put in here because I don't see a lot there. Okay.
He got kidnapped by some Brazilian gangsters, but they let him go after 2 days talking Amico. They're like, clearly, sir, you are insane. We're going to let you go.
So it's incredible. Imagine like bringing out of Russia Tetris to the world. I know it has been an incredible story I've heard. So, you know, if Phil Adams has been able to do that for Tetris, I mean, it's a long time ago, but, you know, they all have this amazing experience, like everybody of it.
Look how white. I usually don't comment, but man, he is so like he's blending in with the damn.
Yeah, he's looking
just
ghostly.
glowing.
Looking ghostly there.
Yeah, it's funny, but he talks about the Tetris thing coming out, and Phil Adams is not even in the Tetris documentary.
Why would Phil Adams be in the Tetris? What did he have to do with it?
Phil Adams, for years, has claimed that he was involved in Tetris coming to the U.S.
At what level?
At the executive level.
Yeah, right. He was more involved at the executive level with a chameleon than he was with Tetris.
He's not in the documentary. He's not in the movie. Doesn't exist. No Phil Adams.
Intellivision. I have amazing experience. Look at our lights here. So that's a gas station, but there's a commercial center not far. So, you know, all the team of Intellivision have an amazing people with so amazing experience, of course.
Why is he walking?
I don't know. Maybe he's got a destination to get to. I don't know why he's walking.
But I'm saying, like, he's obviously he wasn't going to the gas station, right? He's in Brazil. This is like a weird, like when Rab's walking around at night in New York, he's always like, I'm going somewhere, right? Or like when other people are walking around, they either have a destination or because they're just on the street, right? Like he's like, this is a bad neighborhood. Why would you walk around? You don't just walk around.
How do we know he doesn't have a destination? Does he end up back where he started without picking anything up or buying anything?
I've never seen this, so I don't know.
Do you remember where he started?
Past the gas station. But that's what I'm saying. Like he didn't start in front of like a building or something. He seems to be like out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, he was probably like he set off for his destination, got about 5 minutes into it, and then thought, do you know what? He probably thought, do you know what I'll do? I'll record an Amico video while I'm on my way to my destination, and then.
Well, I'm gonna go pick up the drugs. That's what.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna go pick up some Brazilian women. That's what it is.
It'll more likely be women. Known Francois.
Amit and Rico also work for Interplay. And why do I talk about Interplay tonight? Well, because they made my favorite games. And also, I want to mention Guido Ekel. I believe his last name is Ekel. He's a producer of Planescape Torment. This is like one of the best games ever. Like honestly, it's like one of the best rated RPG ever. And this man works for Intellivision with Tommy and with Phil Adams. And just let me tell you, he worked on the controller, on the Amico controller. I mean, that's incredible. There are people who are insane, talking against Amico. I know it might be tough financially.
You know what's funny? He's talking about the Baldur's Gate series, how Interplay was involved. But Interplay was just a publisher for Baldur's Gate. They weren't a developer.
Right.
So they really had nothing to do with how good the game was, right? Because again, Interplay was a publisher / developer, right?
Yeah, but to most people that doesn't mean anything. They see the logo for the company on it, they just think, yeah, they made it. A lot of people think that.
I guess a lot of people are dumb.
Also, like you're saying, he's on his way to pick up the drugs. When you think about it, when you watch Francois' videos, it's more than likely he's already picked the drugs up when you look at the videos. So he's probably on the way to the women now.
Yeah. Like even like he talks about Planetscape. Planetscape was published by Interplay, but it was developed by Black Isle Studios. Fallout was partially developed by Interplay, but it's probably mostly Black Isle, Obsidian, then later on Bethesda, obviously.
Yeah, but remember, Francois still believes the Amico's coming out. He's not the kind of guy that really looks into things. He's just a hopeful, happy fan.
Or he's just trolling us. I don't know. He seemed like he knew more than he let on the other day.
If you listen to when he was playing one of his songs, I forget which one it was, I think it might have been the one to Under the Bridge. When you listen to the lyrics of the songs he was singing that he was making up on the fly, yeah, there's an element of it. He's always got a wry smile on his face.
Yeah.
Because one of his lyrics was, I don't want to be a shill. So he knows all the terminology we've been using in relation to it. He knows.
Maybe he's just a nice guy. Maybe.
That is the overriding element of his personality, is that he's a happy, hopeful guy. But he also knows he's Canadian, yeah, French Canadian. But that's also what's going on as well. He knows some stuff. He gets it.
Yeah. It'd be funny if we found out he was actually like working for Intellivision. He was like the chief developer, chief software engineer.
Yeah. I would just say, well played, son.
Well played.
Actually, okay, we all know this, but so many people are so arrogant, are so delusional, like truly delusional people. Like there's a lot of this in our world, it seems. You know, the Intellivision Amico shows how many people are delusional about being against a great console with an amazing team, like legendary team, like literally legendary team. Of course, yes, financially it may not be easy. You know, they're not PlayStation, they're not Nintendo, neither Microsoft, of course, but they have the best talents, and they want to make games like before, but updated, you know, with the graphics of today. Yeah, with a few developers, 4 developers, you can have an Amico game, an amazing game. All, you know, they need to all pass the score of the rating, you know, a good rating. They need to all have an amazing rating. For me, I don't have a cold or anything. It's the allergies. Thanks here that
Francois had COVID. That was another thing. He brings up the ratings. They need to have a good score. You can't have an independent. You can't have an in-house score, right? Like, oh well, we think it's a 7. I mean, I think all the Sidekick Max's art from when he was a kid is fantastic, right? He'd come home and say, "Here's a little turkey I made with my handprint at school," and I'd say, "Oh, it's fucking fantastic. Put it up on the fridge. That's fridge worthy, right?" Well, someone else might come to the house and be like, "That's shit. Why is that shitty handprint on the damn refrigerator?" Right?
That's just weakness on your part, because I independently score all my daughter's artwork as shit. So
you just rip it up. What is this shit?
Yeah, right in front of her. Do better. 0 out of 10.
Yeah. She draws like her family's like me, dad, and mom. What are you doing? You drew me the same height as you? Fucking art. This is bullshit.
Nah, I just tear mom out of the picture. She's asleep. It's okay. She won't hear it.
He's always been a mysterious figure in the Amico community. Yeah.
He has. Yeah, that's what made it so crazy that we got him.
Tony, you could watch Geeks with Eats now if you wanted. No. That's for Wednesday. That's for Wednesday, sweet. Don't get all excited.
The weather is more dry. But that's just amazing. Like I could make a video about one video every time about someone from the team of Intellivision. They also have Bill Fisher, who worked on, of course, B-17 Bomber. He also worked on EverQuest, one of the expansion of EverQuest. He worked on Starfleet Command, like a game strategy game like that. I don't remember if it's the exact name, but that's a Star Trek, I believe, a Star Trek game that was very well known, well received. And I know like some people in their team, I think Phil Adam was also involved with Microprose, some with 3DO, something like that. Like the best companies, like the gold.
3DO, the best companies.
He does know an awful lot about the employees' pasts, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm telling you, and he's being selective about what he's talking about.
Yeah, and when you think about it as well, he was born in '85, so he wasn't around for the launch of the Intellivision, the original one.
No.
So why would he have one? Why would he be playing it?
I'm telling you.
I don't know, man.
I think he's one of us that just decided to break away and become Francois. Francois might not even be his real name. The well might go deep on this.
I think it is. I think it is. Just like my real name is Finbar.
Yeah.
It's not today. Sorry, the gold age of video games is not today. It was before, with all these people, and now we want it back with Amico. So, why don't you encourage Amico? Why do you spread lies? I mean, you just. I'm not saying it's necessarily wrong to say, oh, I don't believe in that they will release, blah blah blah. Okay, but it's presumptions, presumption that you think fact. I mean, having fears in life is the same process. You take your presumptions of something that you fear as a fact, but it's not.
I don't know. I think it's a fact that if I go out in the middle of the night, they'll probably rob my ass.
You know, he was specifically probably talking to you at this point. You and Kitty Ninja, as he called him.
Yeah. What if he's a mole? He's undercover. What would you do if it turned out?
Yeah. But to what end, though?
He opens up his shirt. He's got like an FBI badge. I've actually been working for the government the whole time. Tommy Tellerico, you're under arrest.
Well, that'd be good, yeah, if that happens. But I mean, if he was going undercover as a mole, for all we know, he could be turning up on every Amico forever from now on, right? Because he's going to get the link to the StreamYard, right? So, if he was trying to infiltrate us, like, to what end, though? What would he be doing? Well, you know, apart from
I don't know if he should get every link.
Oh, he will. If you give it to me, he'll get it. Believe me.
I was gonna say because it ruins, like it was so special because it was a one-time thing, right? It was like unexpected. You're gonna water down the appearance.
Yeah, it's true. You have to keep him wanting more, man.
He's an attraction. You just pull out every once in a while. Right?
That takes courage. So you lack the virtue of courage. You need to have more courage in life. I'm not saying to be not prudent and just to do things not correct, but it takes courage. So courage is especially not taking as a fact. I
will say that a year ago, his eyes weren't as sunk in. He seems to be a lot healthier back here.
Yeah, he looks more tired now, I think.
Yeah. It's all that software development.
Presumption that you have. You'll become crazy that way. You will do nothing. And there's a lot of people like that, it seems. I don't know. So that's just amazing. Like Guido Ekel worked on Planescape Torment. This is my brother, my bigger brother, older brother.
Well, there you go. It's his older brother.
Who is?
He said Guido Henkel.
Is he?
I don't know if he's just using that in the colloquial term.
Does he look like Guido? You looking him up?
No, I wanted to see how much Guido actually did work on the game.
Guido was a software developer, though, right?
He worked at Interplay Productions. Well, Interplay didn't. He was a producer. It says Guido Henkel, producer for Planescape Torment. Not a programmer, not a artist, not a writer,
right?
Not a composer, just a producer. So he was just the guy telling people what to do. He was probably the liaison between Interplay and Black Isle. He was the idiot offering suggestions, and they're like, "Oh shit, we got to put this in the game now. This guy doesn't understand how it's working. Don't worry."
Like when Homer was making the car.
Yeah.
Played a lot of this game. It's like his favorite. Like he even talked to me about this game maybe 2 years.
I still don't understand why that car was bad, right? Like, I still watch an episode, the Homer car. I'm like, man, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Separate bubble for.
That's your autism that thinks that.
You're in one bubble and the kids are in the other bubble. It's fucking awesome. Extra horns and they all play like Kukaracha. Yeah. Come on, how's that not awesome? It's got fins. It looks futuristic, but at the same time, it's like a throwback. Now, maybe the price tag was a little off, right? But
luxury
years ago, I built it maybe a year ago. This is like this is just like best game. And you worked on the Amico controller. Amico controller with the console, the games, it will make it so fun for everyone. Like, it will beat Nintendo, it will beat PlayStation, it will beat Xbox. Okay, I know they don't have the finance of these companies, probably not even close. Probably, I don't know. They have a great team. They have also, I don't know, they had very good investors. And
Again, now he's just wandering back and forth. Just sit down, right? Or just stand still.
Has he covered all ground then? Has he?
He's just walking back and forth right in that little gas station area.
So you can see landmarks again. Yeah, he's just walking back and forward.
Yeah, great people too. Yeah. And also, I think we may see a surprise. I think we may be surprised this year. I think so. Everyone can be.
We weren't surprised that year.
This is probably 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's been sort of tossing and turning, and he's turned to the beautiful lady that's laying next to him, and he's went, "Can I talk to you about Amico?" And she's went, "Francois, can you go outside, please, and do it?" And he's just went, "Okay," and he's went outside, started wandering around. This is probably what keeps him up at night, thinking about the Amico.
Yeah. The artist will bring the asset, and the producer says yes, no, do changes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't actually do anything.
Be wrong, of course, but I think we may be surprised. And of course, some people say, "Oh, the chameleon, Colico chameleon, blah blah blah." Okay, it's true that it was a bad thing that this guy, I think Mike Kennedy, did. But on the board there was Steve Soy. I mean, it's the maker of Kid Chameleon. I think he produced it or programmed it. Like, he's one of the main developer of Kid Chameleon. So this is honestly literally my favorite console game ever, Kid Chameleon. I mean, with Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger. But on the Genesis, Kid Chameleon, I mean, it's just mind blowing. This game, like, go see it. So okay, you can trash.
It was good. Yeah, he's right there. That was a good game.
No, it's like that was trash.
Kid Chameleon, it was awesome. But you get change into all the different things. It was great.
No, it had a good idea. It just had a bad execution. It was not good.
Maybe I'm looking at it through rose-tinted glasses then.
I think I think the problem with Kid Chameleon was you have this idea where you have all these different costumes, but then you get into the level, and the level's like you need the rhino costume, right? The rhino costume is the only way you're gonna beat this level.
Is that not the point though?
No, but it should. If you're gonna have a bunch of costumes, it should allow you to switch them at will, or have options and try different ways, different approaches to the level. You were either you had the costume you came in with, and it was like 1 or 2 that were in the level, right? And again, it was like, oh well, you have to change to the rhino costume for this section. All right, now change to the knight costume because he's the only one that can climb. Just give me those abilities then, right? At that point, have me unlock different abilities. There was like no progress. It had like no progress from level to level.
So it was kind of like a Telltale game that it was sort of faking that you had a choice.
Yeah.
When in reality,
it's the same way that was the problem I had with Finnegan Fox, or Fox and Forest.
Fox and Forest. Yeah.
Fox and Forest. It gives you this. Oh my God, you're going to change the weather, right? But what it turns out to be is, you push a button and it goes from one to the other, and then it goes back. So you go like say spring to winter, then winter to spring. It's not like you have to pick. Oh shit, do I try summer? Is fall going to work? Oh no, it's spring, right? For this section, no, it's just like you just push the button and it goes to the one it needs to be. That's it.
Yeah. So I still liked it. I thought that game was good. I agree with Francois. Yeah, it's sweet. Francois was great on stream. After it went off air, he was even better because we could just talk normally. It wasn't like
no pressure,
no pressure, no show. Just he's great, man.
Like I said, it was fantastic. He's a great guest. We look forward to seeing more of him.
Chameleon, Colico, okay, someone did something bad, of course. I don't know, but it was, of course. But you can't deny for example, one of the guy, I guess he was an advisor. I don't know what he did exactly. Maybe I don't know exactly all he did for the Colico, but he was a developer of not Mike Kennedy, but another guy, another on the board was a developer of Kid Chameleon. I mean, this is like the best game ever, like the best platform game ever, like Kid Chameleon. Go look it, go look it up. So For some people, they're so easy to condemn people. They're so easy to be negative because they are like that for themselves. They themselves condemn themselves. They're unhappy people, creepy. They are full of fears. So because they're full of fears, they just spread these fears too. They just like make people insane almost. Like, But I love them. I want them to be well. I want them to play their games and to be happy and to discover about Amico too. So I just stop here. I like to make a video in different places in the world. Now I'm in Brasilia, but I'm going to commercial center. I think I'll take a Uber from here to go back home. So it was really nice to see you.
See, he's taking an
From
Uber.
Amigos.
He just wandered out into the middle of nowhere in Brazil and just started.
Do you think he got an Uber to there to start recording and then getting an Uber back? Do you think the noise of him talking about Amico was so bad that he had to Uber it all the way away from his apartment?
No, I think
So
the
he didn't
noise
disturb
of
his
all the
girlfriend.
women partying it up. He's like, oh shit, I gotta. That Francois.
Amica.
This is
Amici, this is from Italian, right? We'll see at the end of the month. Let's pray. Let's see what is coming, and it's an amazing project. So let's just wish the best for that project. At least. And it's funny. Sometimes you just say like you don't like Nintendo. You're tired of these Mario games and these Mario Kart games. It's fine. These Zelda games, like, and then you always have like some people crying like, you can't dislike my game. Who cares? Like, it's your taste. Everybody has different taste. If you don't like Amico, that's fine. Like, that's totally right. Like, I don't like Amico. That's great. But there's a difference between like hating people because they like something. That's different. Making the difference between things and people, right? It's important. Okay, take care. Good night. Maybe you can ask her about Amico. She works at the gas station. Hey, I'll ask her just for fun. Bom dia. Queria saber, boa noite. Você jogar videogame?
Você joga videogame?
Yeah?
Não.
Não? Você gosta, por que você não gosta de videogame? De jogar
Eu
videogame?
nunca joguei videogame, não. Nunca
Ok.
gostei.
Se videogame seria mais fácil, você jogaria talvez como outras pessoas?
E aí aprender sua linguagem?
Não, mas jogar como outras pessoas videogame
Sim.
seria mais fácil e mais engraçado de jogar com outras pessoas. Quando o jogo é mais fácil também aprender.
he speaks
Is he
Portuguese.
speak? That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, he speaks fucking English, French, and Portuguese. What else does he do?
Maybe Spanish too, because he is in Brazil. Because they speak both over there.
When I'm speaking to him, I'm throwing my limited French at him, but he speaks more than that. He's got everything, man.
It seems like someone has made their video unavailable that I was going to show us today.
Who would that be then?
Someone had put out a video saying that there's a new game. They're making a new game for the Atari VCS and the Amico. It was the guys behind Donut Dodo.
Do you think maybe they found out that that's not quite true and have pulled it?
Maybe.
Huh?
Josh
Sim.
is saying,
Amico. Talvez vai ter uma
Josh is saying that this is the most cam rant I've ever seen. This is the thing about Francois. He never got personal with anybody at any point. That's why he's such a good dude. And there was never really anything in it for him. He just really loved that console, man. He wasn't shelling like to get something out of it, was he? Except his Amico. That's all he wanted.
Yeah. Let me see. Maybe they changed the video.
Should have saved it.
uma
Tony.
console que vai sair.
I did save it. I saved it to my watch later.
No,
That's
I mean
how I-
download. But would you be able to, if they pulled it, would you be able to show it though? Even if
Yeah.
you downloaded it, you would.
Well, if I downloaded off of YouTube, yes.
Para jogar com todo mundo. Mas já estamos por isso, tem uma boa console, mas Amico, se chama Amico, ok? Legal, tchau. Okay, I just asked her about Amico. She said, yeah, that's a great idea. Just want to do that for
That's a
fun.
great idea.
Okay, take care. Good night. Bye.
They still play Mega Drive in Brazil, man.
Okay,
So,
so
Genesis.
I found the game, but what happened was they took out the tags because it was tagged Atari VCS, Amico, that and the other. Let's check it out. Let's check out this new game, Work in Progress. This is from Pixel Games. It said, this gameplay footage will follow in due course. And as you can see, I put, why did you tag Amico in this? That was 2 days ago. And as you can see, there's no tags now. After I said that, apparently they took the tags out.
They made you look like a fool now, look, because
Yeah.
they haven't even addressed you. They've not went, okay, fixed. They've just taken it out and they've gone, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
You crazy fool.
There's no gameplay. It's just title screen.
God, that music.
Yeah,
That must be a Tommy Tallarico joint.
must be. Yeah, so I don't know why they would do that though. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
All right. This is the big one. Yahoo Finance. They made it big time. Atari. Atari, one of the world's most iconic consumer brands and interactive entertainment producers, announced today the acquisition of more than a dozen Atari 2600 games published originally under the M Network label. But the collection includes fan favorites Armor Ambush, Astro Blast, Frogs and Flies, Space Attack, and Star Strike. Atari will seek to expand digital and physical distribution of the classic titles, create new games based on the IPs, and explore brand and merchandising collaborations. Okay, so here's a question I have for you. What the hell is Astro Blast?
Is that not Astro Smash, but under a different name?
No, but I thought Astro Smash was Amico game or an Intellivision game. Is Astro Blast like asteroids?
Wait, so are they two different games? It's just not the same game under a different name? Because I've never heard of Astro Blast.
I don't know.
Maybe it is Asteroids.
Let me see. Astro Blast. Looking up images of it now. It looks like an asteroids
Clone.
game.
Right.
Yeah. Because I think, from my understanding, Astro Smash was a mod. It was like a change to Astro Blast or something.
Well, isn't Astro
something like
Smash
weird.
more of a sort of clone of what's that one called? With a
Space Invaders?
is it like that though? What's that other game that looks a bit like it? I can't remember. But it wasn't an Asteroids clone. It didn't look like Asteroids, did it? Asteroids was that one where you could go off screen and then come on the other side of the screen and
Yeah. Okay, so here it is. No, okay, so Astro Smash was ported to the Atari, and they called it Astro Blast.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So they were one and the same then, really.
Yeah, so this is my question for you, Finbar.
Okay, cool.
If Atari has bought the license to these games, right? These M Network games, Astro Blast. Astro Blast is essentially Astro Smash. Right?
Uh-huh.
Astro Smash has a new version coming out. Do you think they sold them the Astro Smash Amico game to be put on Atari under the Astro Blast name?
Yeah. That's what it looks like.
No, but these are the old games that they're buying, but they also to create new games based on the IPs. So I think that part is where they're doing it, right?
But who is the owner of the IP though?
Well, I think that was in contention. Some people say that it was Intellivision Holdings. Some people were saying Tommy was claiming it was Intellivision proper, like them,
Right.
that had it.
Because you could make an argument that the same sort of problem comes up with Dynablaster and Bomberman.
No, but
Is it that?
Dynablaster, they bought the name. The company that has Dynablast.
So that game will look nothing like Bomberman then, is that what they
No,
say?
it'll look like it looked. Like how it looked.
I never
on
actually seen what it looked like on the old television.
It was never on. Dynablast was never on Intellivision. Dynablast
What
was
that?
the European name of Bomberman. Bomberman, Hudson Soft just dropped the name. Like by the third game, they were like, fuck it, just call it Bomberman in Europe. And then some other company came in and were like, oh, we'll just take that name and develop Bomberman clones. And then Intellivision hooked up with that company, and they're like, yeah, now we got Dynablast.
So it is a Bomberman clone.
Yeah.
Right.
So M Network Games from like I said, I think Intellivision had it because they were ported over, but it might have been Mattel. See, that was the thing. Like, it was either apparently there was some Atari collections with Astro Blast and all that on there, right?
Right.
And Tommy complained and said that they weren't supposed to do that; that they did it illegally, and that he put a stop to that. He walked in, was like, "No, can't do that no more. I'm the boss."
You can't steal things. That's immoral.
Impossible, Tony. Amico games can only play, but they're not Amico games. They would be Atari games now.
Yeah.
So it says they bought the rights, the acquisition of more than a dozen games under the M Network label. They'll be able to digital physical distribution of the classic titles, create new games based on the IPs, and explore brand and merchandising collaboration. So yeah, so this is what I think. I think they worked out a deal to buy the old games, right? Okay, well, you'll let you use the old games, but also buy these new games that we based on them, right?
Yeah.
And I think Armor Ambush is Tank, right?
They're all just the Amico games under pseudonyms.
No. I think Armor that was the original Armor Battle. Let me see.
But there was an old tank game though, right? And it was the same style and everything.
Yeah, but it was a triple pack. It was like Armor Battle, something else. It was like 3 games in one cartridge.
Right.
How was it called? Let me see. No. Man, you would think after all this time that I would know all these things.
Nah, you're a combination of burnout and low caffeine probably is causing you to forget most of it.
Yeah, it's because I never really looked into the old stuff. It was all the new stuff that I was concerned about. Right? Television games. Ooh, you dropped out and you came back in, Finbar.
Okay, is my avatar there? Is it gone?
Nope, it's gone.
I can't have that. We can't have that. Let's fix it.
Because like no one really knows who owns the iMagic ones either. I think that was another thing that was like in contention.
It's back now, right? You can see it on stream.
Yes.
Yeah. I have OCD like that. I don't know if you do. I hate it when people come in and they've got that, just a letter that's on their, instead of an avatar, they've just got a letter on their name. Sorry, on their picture.
Yeah. Armor Ambush on the 2600. Go to Wikipedia. Yeah, it's originally Armor Battle. So what if?
Right.
What if again? What if these are the games they were talking about, and then we're going to see Tank Battle, Tank, and Astro Smash show up under these names, under Astro Blast and Armor Ambush on the Atari VCS? Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something.
Wouldn't that be a kick in the ass for Tommy? Tommy was dunking on Atari. Atari's never coming. Yeah, we're gonna crush Atari. Not only did Atari come out, not only did it crush Intellivision in the competition so much that it bought the games that you were planning on releasing, and they're gonna put them on their systems. I hope they did. I hope Astro Blast comes out. It is the Astro Smash we've seen, and then I hope the sales. I hope the sales are fucking insane. And it's like Tommy could be like, "That could have been us. That could have been our money." Look at all those sales.
In all seriousness, it could have been their money if they'd just done this from the very beginning. Just made them for other machines.
No, but he's gonna be like, "Look how good it sold. That would have been sold that well on Amico. We were right. We were on the right track."
Yeah. I'm sure they were. I hope we see Dungeons and Dragons Cloudy Mountain coming out on it as well at some point. What was it? What was the other one that was finished? Night Stalker. I hope we see that as well. Night Killer. It comes out as Night Killer.
Night guy.
Rapist the game. What about them rape games? What was that game about anyway, Night Stalker? Were you a bad guy?
I don't think you were a bad guy. I think you were a good guy in a maze fighting like robots.
Night Stalker sounds like a rapey game to me.
That's only because the Night Stalker existed. Man, it's gonna be. I'm gonna laugh so hard when these games come out and the Amico shills are like, they don't buy them. That's the other thing, right? I want to make sure that all these Amico shills buy every single one of these, right? You know, you guys are saying how great these games were.
OEB will buy them. OEB will buy them. I don't know if because his heart is genuinely in the games.
Yeah, I want to see Turbo Joe, Retro Bro, Smash JT. I want to see all you guys buying and playing these games because you were saying how good they were and how great. And even Smash is like, well, if it came out, it'd still be good, right? He knows it's not coming out, but he's like, if it did, I'd make my money back because it's a good idea. So yeah, so let's go. Come on, Atari, bring these all out. M Network represents a unique moment in Atari's early history, and this acquisition expands the Atari 2600 catalog in a meaningful way, said Atari CEO Wade Rosen. We have the potential to reintroduce these titles in a number of ways, ranging from re-releasing them in collections to creating new games based on the acquired IPs. New games, quote unquote. Oh, it's going to be, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's going to be the ones that were in development.
Yeah, I know what's his name was talking about this, No Swear Gamer, but I don't think he hit on that they're going to do that. Atari also acquired the corresponding rights to the M Network brand. M Network was a video game division within Mattel that produced games for the Atari 2600 video game system during the 80s. The M Network acquisition is the third expansion in 2023 that expands Atari's classic catalog. In March, Atari announced the acquisition of a dozen classic arcade games, including Berserk and Frenzy. Isn't Berserk basically very similar to Night Stalker?
Is it?
I think so.
I'll have to take your word for that. I hope so. I hope that's what that is. Look for an RPG. Look for an RPG that could be Cloudy Mountain under a pseudonym. But then you'll know they've sold the whole catalogue.
Yeah, Berserk is the same thing. Berserk is like a maze where you're shooting people.
There must be an RPG then that's like Cloudy Mountain. Because that's the big one that everybody wanted, wasn't it?
I'll bring it up real quick. This is Berserk. In my Bing images. See how it's a maze?
Oh yeah.
You could easily take that Night Stalker and just claim it as a new Berserk. Maybe switch a couple.
I'd want to see it moving around though. I'd need to see it sort of in action. But yeah, that other screen, the screen there that you've got, that one looks a lot more close to what we saw in 2.5D. I take it that little sort of yellow guy is you.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get a GIF. Why is there an anime called Berserk?
Don't know. I have to ask Bianca. She'll know.
No, but I'm saying that I went to Berserk GIFs and it gave me all the anime shit. And not the actual, like... All right, here we go. I got one going. See, it plays more or less the same.
Yeah.
You got a guy moving around, shooting things.
Slightly less mazy.
Yeah.
Than
But like I said, you just take the Night Stalker that they're making, rejigger it a little, right?
Yeah.
And you're all good. And then what? Frenzy? What the hell is Frenzy? There's going to be a Cloudy Mountain one. I'm going to laugh my ass off.
I don't think they would call it Frenzy, would they?
No, Frenzy's a racing game. Oh, yeah. That's that stupid racing game.
That wouldn't. What is that like the top down one?
It's the top down where it's like you go in like a circular track and you got to avoid the other car from hitting you.
With Micro Machines controls.
Yeah. That shit was crazy. In April, Atari announced the acquisition of 100 PC and console titles from the 1980s and 1990s, including notable games from the Bubsby, Hardball, and Demolition Racer series. Yeah, because everybody's really dying for a new Bubsby.
What the hell is Bubsby?
It was one of the worst games ever. You control a cat that has
Bubsy.
attitude.
You mean Bubsy? Bubsy the Bobcat?
Yeah.
I remember Bubsy. Yeah, it was terrible.
Atari is undertaking a multi-year effort to transform the company behind one of the world's most iconic brands. An essential part of that effort involves expanding Atari's video game businesses, leveraging the company's extensive catalog of IP to release classic games and bring new, high-quality games to market. Atari's vast library of IP is the vault from which new and exciting game development ideas are pulled, reinventing old classics, reimagining storylines, and developing entirely new narratives inspired by the games that set the course for an entire industry. So there it is. This is the press release, obviously, from Atari. We're going to see those Amico games, ladies and gentlemen.
They're coming.
Yeah.
Just under a different name.
Berserk 2600 is ready on the VCS store, but that's the old version. You're going to get the new version.
You're going to get the souped up one.
Yeah.
With all the stolen artwork.
Joshua says most at least has a VCS, but not the other shills. I think he just had that to try to dunk on it and be like, look how crappy it is compared to the Amico. And then the Amico never came out. And he's like, oh, fuck. Because I don't think he ever talks about it, does he?
I don't actually watch him, I've got to be honest.
I don't either. So that's why
I don't think I could sit. I was going to say something there, but I won't say it. I'll leave it.
Yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good.
Yeah, we'll be good. Yeah, we'll be nice.
All right. So we had a couple of questions this week, and one of them got Finbar a little excited.
What do you mean? Which one?
You were a little upset by one of these.
Was it?
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, the first poll question. You called into question my.
You talking about the Wolverine one?
Yeah.
That's not me upset. That's not me. Listen, you wouldn't like me when I'm upset.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. All right.
That's me just clowning around.
All right. So
but it was a stupid question, Tony.
The first thing that we had here is this was for members only. So if you're a member, like I said earlier, please give us an idea. New members can go ahead and drop it. But I said, what's up, meatbags? As members of this channel, what non-copyright infringing ideas would you like to see as emojis? I was very clear in when I said non-copyright infringing. Aston Vandal says various iterations of the frog mascot, him as a tadpole, then growing up in stages, etc. Tommy Amico. Okay, what if you did a picture of the underside of your Amico shell or something? Why would people want to see the bottom of my Amico shell? Would an Amico violate trademark law, or do you think you can get away with it? Frog with a baseball cap for the folks who be capping about their number 24 game completion. Ain't nobody capping. I beat 25 games so far this year, including DuckTales. Go back, watch the stream. I never used rewind. Watch the stream.
Since you clipped it out now.
You would notice it if I clipped it out. Do you think I'm like really good at editing? Have you seen my videos?
Yeah.
It'd be obvious if I clipped it out. It's not there. You guys all hallucinated. DJC, like an anti-crab legs emoji, maybe. Apple logo or Windows logo. Throw a Nintendo logo for good measure.
Good idea.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Blinded says Cholo Frog. Tommy Salarico with a wide mouth. Frog shaped like balls. Sweet and Tender Hooligan says frog legs. He's a big fan of those legs. All right.
No, we are going to steal the idea, though, weren't we, for the frog? Yeah. From egg, right? Frogs come from eggs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, from egg to adult frog for the
members.
The members monthly, or I don't know what the frequency is of the badge change. It's like 1, 2, 6 or something like that, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
a
it's
big
like-
jump.
I think it's 1,
2,
2,
6, 12,
3.
and then
No, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 12.
I don't think have they got a 3-month one?
I think so. I say think. You should do food from your Chicano hookup shorts.
Please God, no.
That food is delicious. I don't know why you think that food looks bad. It's just a sandwich.
I don't
with
think it.
sauce on
No. I don't think it looks disgusting. It does look disgusting.
It's just
I don't
fucking
care how it
marinara
tastes.
sauce. It's just,
I can't
it's just
fucking taste it.
It's a sandwich with marinara sauce. How's that disgusting?
Maybe
Because there's a
not
lot of it.
There's. It's when you. Do you know what it is, right? It's when you take your spoon and you start digging through it and flipping it over, and it looks like fucking baby shit. I do apologise, but it does. I don't want to make anybody sick if they're at the dinner.
A question for my fellow Marvel Comics fans: should Wolverine have adamantium teeth? The question: 67 people voted. 40% said yes, that makes sense. 60% said no. Stop rooting comics, nerd. People have spoken. No, adamantium teeth, because teeth are bones, right? So they should be laced with adamantium.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. I know they're not laced with adamantium, but they should be. Is what I'm saying.
They're not bones.
I'm pretty sure teeth are bones. They're connected to your jawbone.
You're wrong.
No, I don't think so. They're white.
Just
They're
because
hard.
you say something's true doesn't make it true, Tony.
Because Finbar ain't fat. Yeah, that's why you don't like the food, Finbar.
I think I fucking wouldn't have any problem getting fat if I was eating what Tony's making. Believe me.
Tony, if someone licks your back, does it hit like acid? Yeah.
I'm not licking toads.
No adamantium teeth. They were exposed bone. All adamantium bonding was organic tissue added. His jaw is adamantium, though, right?
Yeah.
How do his joints work? Because they would be thicker, right? Now that there's a little bit of adamantium on both sides, so they wouldn't be able to move. So he should just like have either his mouth stuck open or stuck closed.
There are a number of medical problems that would arise from the procedure of having a metal infused into your bones. I don't think we really want to look too deep into it.
Our thumbs, fingers? Yes. your thumb finger.
Yeah.
Tommy says teeth aren't bones, they're teeth. But teeth aren't actually
Rick,
bone.
Tommy.
This misconception might arise from the fact that both contain calcium. More than 99% of your body's calcium can be found in your bones and teeth. Teeth are bones. They're just bones that grow in your mouth.
Not bones, Tony.
They're bones. What makes something a bone?
If it's a bone, it's a bone. Your teeth are made of an animal. They're an animal.
No bones have layers. Teeth have layers. They're different layers. Well, the outside, like a bone, has layers because you got the outer bone, you got the inside of the bone. What the hell is that called? The shit that's inside.
The marrow.
Yeah, the bone marrow. Right. If you look at a bone, it'll slice a bone, or don't, because we're not all psychos. Go to like a picture of a bone where they show the slices, and they show the different layers of a bone.
It doesn't matter what you say. You can literally Google this, and a doctor will tell you the real answer. And they all say.
What does
it's
a
not-
doctor know? Doctors told me that mask would protect me from COVID, and then they said mask wouldn't protect me from COVID.
No, that was a specific doctor who was paid by Pfizer. Dr. Fauci, I believe his name is.
Not millions, but hundreds of years ago, scientists told me that the Earth was the center of the universe, and then we discovered that Earth.
Hundreds of millions of years ago, scientists told you that they.
Yeah, they said Earth was the center and everything revolved around it. Then we discovered that they were wrong. So it's possible that these people. Yeah, I'm eternal. These people might be, they might be saying that, but they could be wrong, right?
Yeah.
Break a bone and heal. Break a tooth.
Did Wolverine get adamantium teeth in the comics?
No.
Then case closed, my friend. Okay. Case closed.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's wrong. Because we know that teeth are bones in the civilized world. Jam Del Santos, Tony Amico Forever is tomorrow. Hope you include the Francois Tremblay rap in the discussion. Again, what does that have to do with the question asked? I don't know.
Yeah, I've noticed a few people doing this.
Yeah. Michael Towns, I already don't understand how he can hear if the bones in his ears are covered in metal, so teeth aren't too much of a stretch. See, Michael Towns knows that teeth are bones. Tommy Amico says, nah, you maximize profit and make that idea into a second character. Say Wolverine's son or cousin or something. Badger or something. I only know a little about X-Men, but I'm well aware that's how this works. Jam Del Santos is back. He says, the problem is we sometimes see the errors in these stories in continuity. The goal of the writers is to make good stories and sell books and not make sure things are scientifically accurate. Look at Jamie Maddox, a.k.a. Multiple Man. How can stomping on the ground generate clones of yourself? Where will this matter come from? And then he further says another comment. Teeth are bones. See, right there. Teeth are bones. So why not?
Yeah, but this is also the same guy. This is also the same guy that asked you a question about something unrelated to the question asked. So
56K warning says, what about nose hairs? Why would hairs aren't bone? Come on, 56K.
Well, why aren't they bone, Tony? Why aren't hairs bone?
Because they're hair. That's.
Well, what if I just said they were bones? What would you say then?
I would say you're wrong.
Just to be a pain in the ass like you.
I'm not being a pain in the ass. Teeth are bones. We all know that.
You knew when you wrote this question. You know exactly the responses you were going to get when you wrote it.
What? No, are you mental? Wolverine's bones are laced with adamantium. Teeth are not bones, says the wrong Finbar. It's just as silly as asking why does he have adamantium balls?
Correct.
Well, he doesn't have adamantium balls because balls is where the pee is stored. And as we know, that would cause his balls to rust.
Yeah, you said that. You said that in reply to me, and I said, sounds like your brain is stored in your balls.
My second brain is stored in my balls.
Yeah, sure looks like it.
Teeth also have nerves inside. Bones don't. No, they have nerves.
The nerves right, yeah, we're getting a bit...
The teeth are around the nerve. They're not inside. They cover the nerve. They're protecting the nerve. They're bones that protect the nerves in your mouth. They have a hole which the nerve goes through, right?
Yeah. There's no nerve inside the bone.
Yeah.
Connected to the end of it.
Hairs are fingernails. Exactly. They're made of keratin. Hair and fingernails are made of, and toenails are made of keratin. That's why they're not bones.
No, they're made of bone.
They're like horns. Bones and teeth are made of calcium. They're the same. Teeth are just different kinds of bones. You have teeth bones, and then you have other bones, like leg bone, a finger bone, a dick bone.
Yeah, but hair is just a different kind of bone as well.
No.
Prove me wrong.
Did Tony just say the balls are where the pee? It is. That's why women have to pee so frequently, because they have nowhere to store it. Come on. I never fuck up. Come on. How do you guys not know this? This is simple biology. All right. What name do you use when you talk about me? To me. I was surprised at this. You guys let me down. The choices were Tony TGD, Kermit, Frog the Frog, Frog Tony, or Thank Google Daily. I lobbed you guys a softball, and y'all went with Tony TGD. 56% is the winner. Kermit followed it up with 19%. Frog the Frog at 12%. 10% was Thank Google Daily. And then Frog Tony last place with 3% out of the 77 votes.
But you didn't have an option for just Tony.
No.
So when the people were voting Tony TGD, they're just meaning they call you Tony.
Yeah, I should have put / Tony.
Yeah. I think they just sort of assumed that's what it meant anyway.
All right, so Arcade 1-Up video, the audio was shit. For some reason, my microphone, like, the audio was like nothing. Like, it picked up the audio, but for some reason, it what was that, like fucking 1%. So I had to go back, re-upload the video. I cranked up the audio. No shit. I cranked up the audio to 1,000% on the voice just to get it to normal levels. That's how fucking low it recorded it for whatever reason.
And then it started sounding like this. It became unusable.
No, it was good. It's good now.
Phony TGD.
Yeah. All right. 118 votes. More people voted on this question. What is Miss Piggy from the Muppets' first name? The choices were Miss, Piggy, Little, Pigatheus, or Loretta. Do you know the correct answer?
Is there a correct answer?
There is a correct
Has
answer.
it been revealed? I don't know. What is her name? Is it Loretta?
No. So use people.
I bet you haven't put the actual answer in any of the options, have you?
So the votes went 47% said Miss. Why would Miss be her first name? Think, people. Think.
She's a puppet. It's like
No, but Miss is a title. It's like Mr. Mr. is not someone's first name. Like it's their title. Miss is a title. Miss Piggy. 28% said Loretta, which was a name I just made up. I just threw a name in there, and 28% of you said, "Yeah, that sounds correct." For just no reason. Just no reason. 12% said Piggy, which was a respectable answer, but that's incorrect.
wait, so her name would be Piggy.
7% said Little. Again, I just threw Little in there, and you guys were like, "Yeah." So her name would be Miss Little Piggy. And then Pigatheus, 7%. And that, gentlemen, is the correct answer. There's actually, yes, there's an episode of The Muppets called Piggy Lee, in which Miss Piggy reveals that her full name is Pigatheus Lee. Piggy is the short version. It's like Anthony's my real name, and people call me Tony. Pigatheus, which she says in the episode, is Greek for with a lot of passion or something about passion.
Yeah, but is this canon though? Or...
Yes, it's in an episode of the fucking Muppets.
But I mean, is it not like said tongue in cheek?
No, it is.
Did she show her passport?
No, I don't think she showed 3 forms of ID in a birth.
That's what I would want to see before I would accept this.
But in canon, in the Muppets canon, that is her name. So 7% of you got it right. There it is. And that was it. That was the only ones. We had some neighborhood watch stuff. We had a little suggestions. People were a little confused as to what we were doing. We're going to get there. Don't worry. I was going to do a Cinco de Mayo stream, but then it got canceled because of personal reasons. So that's it. Kind of a short show, 2 hours. Let me do it for you, Kermie. No. On Muppet Babies, they called her Piggy. Yeah, Piggy is a nickname. Jam Del Santos says Miss Piggy's first name is Saggy.
I think I did put that in the comments.
You did.
But unlike James De Los Santos, I had permission from Saggy to use that name on her. I believe I can use it in perpetuity without any comeback.
Sweet and Tender says Tony TGD, that gay dude, and Finn Gay Bar.
I want to take you to the gay bar.
Yeah. Those are those double entendres you've been talking about.
Yeah.
All right. That's all we got for tonight. I think it was a solid show. We're a little low energy today. I'm still reeling from all the excitement of yesterday. Tomorrow is obviously Sunday, my day off. I'm going to try to do some things, some more house cleaning on the channel, not in the house, on the channel. If you haven't seen Blinded Updated some thumbnails because he's awesome. Let me see if I can pull up the channel again real quick.
Yeah, he's doing stellar work as usual. As Blended.
Yeah, all right. So we pulled up the channel. We're going to get a new logo for Gabbing with Geeks. But as you can see, Wrestling with Geeks, it's got this nice logo. It's got Hogan in the background, ripping that shirt off.
Oh, should I preview my avatar for Wrestling Tuesday?
You can. And then Real Talk with Real Geeks has this very Star Wars-esque logo. So I like that. So there it is. It's going to be fantastic. Finbar has got nothing. He's got a fucking blank circle.
Oh no, I can't do it. I can't do it. Can I?
That's my confused avatar. Whenever I'm confused, I just put that on there.
I think it's fucked up. I think I fucked it up. I don't know if this is going to work.
I don't know either. Yeah, it worked.
Boom.
Boom. Hollywood Finbar Sanders.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
Let me. I'm very mad. There's my mad avatar. Whenever I rant, I'm going to use this one. My ranty avatar.
Oh yeah.
Then if I'm like interviewing someone, I could look at them. I'll put that one. That way I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
Then
Still
if-
think you need to get his mouth moving.
We're not fancy. Then like if you piss me off, I just look away. Like I don't want to deal with you, Finbar.
Don't turn your back on me, brother.
Like, what? Confused. All right. That's enough fucking around. Somehow or another, we started fooling around and 4 more people popped into the stream. Evil apparently has gotten some bad strikes. Some people struck his channel.
Oh.
Coincidentally, Evil showed Dean e-begging on YouTube, and then that stream got struck. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it's a coincidence.
I'm sure
That's
it
all I'm
is.
saying.
Sure it is.
So go support Evil playing games. Tony, can you make a logo with TGD instead of DJC? You can use his circle logo with the rectangle. I could try. Evil, you still haven't sent me the screenshots, but I'm waiting for them. All right.
Yeah, Evil is notoriously slow at sending you things. I've noticed. I asked about a year ago for one of his songs, and I get to you, Finbar. Then he gets drunk and passes out.
One Inch says we need to get Sherlock Holmes on this one. I think so.
We need to get 1 Inch on Tuesday since we know that his podcast happens on a Wednesday instead.
No, his podcast happens on a Tuesday.
I thought it was a Wednesday.
No, it was Wednesday that week because he had something came up. It was busy.
Well, something else has come
But
up. It's the wrestling show. So can you move it to Wednesday every week, 1 Inch? I don't know anything. I'm always asking Aaron, like, yeah, what's this mean? Who's this guy? And I think he's getting sick of it. So I need somebody else to annoy. So if 1 Inch
No,
could be that guy.
Aaron likes it. You got E-Tip.
Does he?
You can always ask E-Tip.
Yeah,
He's an ex-wrestler.
Yeah, I know. I found that out now. Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to be on.
He's supposed to be here Tuesday.
Yeah, he's too big shot. He's not going to. Is he going to come on Tuesday?
Yeah, he's supposed to.
Oh, okay.
That's why I added him to the group.
I thought he was too much of a big shot.
Why would he be too much of a big shot?
Because he's got, like, I don't know, a big channel and tons of subscribers and too important for us, man.
But he doesn't. He doesn't have any of those.
Does he not?
No.
Okay.
What made you think he had those things?
I don't know. I just thought I saw that he had a lot of subscribers and followers, and like
he has a lot of followers.
He's an ex-wrestler, and
he has a lot of followers on Twitter. But he has I think he has. Let me see. I go to his channel right now.
I thought
He's
he had several thousand.
He's live right now. He has 1,480.
Oh, okay.
So,
Stand corrected.
he's a little bit ahead of us. Like I said, he is live right now. Maybe I should pop him on. Yeah, we'll stream snipe him for a second.
Yeah. And then when we're done, everybody jump over
Yep.
and watch.
Mhm.
Like, isn't
Yeah, I've
it?
seen that dude.
Yeah,
I've seen
he's
him with
always
hair
like,
too.
he's always
So,
been an ancillary.
which one is he?
character, But
The one on the
he's
top.
just got that
left.
ancillary
Top left.
character look about him.
Yeah.
Law
you
and
know?
Order, like an extra.
Yeah,
Yep.
like he's one of the victim's parents, or like he gets
Yep.
robbed or something like that. Yeah, like that's the kind of character I see him portraying.
The
with
geography
this
teacher in the high school.
All right, everybody
you
go
know,
over to
sitcom.
ETEP
Yes.
and bother
Yeah.
ETEP.
I had a neighbor like that back when I was in high school. He had like what do they call that, like stand-in work type thing, and then they start
Mhm.
giving him like line, like 1 or 2 lines here or there. He made it on a couple of episodes of Law and Order.
Nice.
He was a big dude too.
Yeah.
What are you saying? I
Oh.
can't read it. It's too small.
Geek Getaway streams. Oh, I see how it is. All right. I'll be over there on Tuesday night talking wrestling.
Oh, so he's making it official. He has to be here.
Sweet.
With
Nice.
what's this?
Yeah, do you know-
about the Intellivision Amico?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm sure Saki remembers that one. Yeah.
Oh,
that dude.
she covered a lot of that.
Fucking sweet.
No, dude. So I feel bad. So I've watched some YouTubers get completely screwed over by Tommy Tallarico with that thing.
What is
One of my
I
favorite
don't know
guys
anything about
who
it.
does books about video games. He's written like several SNES and NES books. Brett Weiss, he got fucked over by it too.
Oh man.
what-
You know,
Poor
it's such a
Brett.
shame because I was a fan of Tommy because I love his music, and what he did to those, he basically used those YouTubers to like promote his Amico. Like he got all buddy. It was like some viral.
We've totally derailed his stream and now we're talking
Yeah,
about
sweet.
it.
You're relentless, man. You did this to Mint Salad as well.
Yeah.
And she was like, "What? What's going on?" Poor girl.
thing, and like pretended that he was friends with them and stuff, and then he just like left them all out to dry.
Brett screwed
Right, for
Brett.
the people in the back don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
So the Amico was a Intellivision. So Tommy Tallarico bought out Mattel's share of the Intellivision to make a.
He's totally
Amico, for friends.
derailed.
And he was basically pimping this thing out. It was basically the next Ouya. Basically, it was like a
Yeah,
mobile
because
game, like,
these guys,
it
see
just
these other
did
guys
not
that are
look
there,
very appealing. Like it
they're
had
like,
no
"What is
real
this thing
mass
then?
appeal.
What is he talking
And
about?"
he got a bunch
He's
of
filling them all
got a
in.
hold of a bunch of like YouTubers that had like not like the huge million whatevers, but like the middle guys. And he's like, "Yeah, let's get on the show. I'll give you insider access."
Christ.
All right. If you want to hear the rest of that, go on over to
Yeah,
ETEP.
follow Sweet over there to fucking destroy the guy's stream.
Yeah. Tell him the frog sent you. He'll be very happy, very pleased that I sent all you guys over there. With that said, love, peace, booty grease. I'm out this bitch.